Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on August 29th, 2022. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Do, giving you your space weather update as well, earthquakes, volcanoes, and a look at world weather. Starting out here, looking at the last 48 hours on our sun, as we had yet some more M-class solar flares, and as well, a very close to X-class flare. In an outgoing position, thank God, but we've got some very fiery regions to observe here. Looking at the incoming images, the last 48 hours, large plasma filaments erecting from the left-hand side, which is the southwest region of our sun. As well, we do have an active cresting sunspot right now. Looking at outgoing, this is the region that produced yet two, maybe even three M-class solar flares, huge plasma ropes whipping around the region. Wow, look at the size of those, erecting to the height of probably 15 Earths. Another closer look at the region, and as well, an Earth-facing event happened in the last few images. Right there, could produce a small CME. Another closer look at all those plasma ropes going crazy in the outgoing position. M-class solar flares, C-class. As we've got three Earth-facing sunspots right now on the sun. Quick look at multi-spectrum here. You can see that plasma filament whipping around, creating a big plasma tornado, southwest region of the sun. And as well, all of those explosions on our sun, M-class solar flares on our very active sun, acting a little bit nuts right now. Coronal holes here, 193 angstroms. The southern coronal hole is turning away, but we do have another one building here in the equatorial region, which will be turning into an Earth-facing view in the next 48 hours. So amazing imagery here by Solar Dynamics Observatory, looking at our solar X-ray flux. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M-class solar flares. Solar proton flux has come down a little bit. Geomagnetic activity is increasing as we are expecting these solar waves to impact Earth today. Looking at the highest frequency affected, the absorption map here, solar X-ray flux. And as well here, looking at a real-time solar wind, sitting at about 500 kilometers per second, topping out at 533 just in the last little bit. Watch for that to increase over the next few hours. Come check out the live stream at any time. Looking at the ISWA Space Prediction Spiral, showing the most latest event in an outgoing position. And as well here, NOAA Space Prediction Spiral still showing a glancing blow from that large CME produced from the M-class flare. LASCO 3, quick look at all the energies taking off from our sun. As you can see, there is energy all around the disk coming at us right now. Schumann resonance for today is a power of 17. Excuse me. And that does not surprise me. Watch for that to get a little bit erratic over the next couple days. Amplitude of 17, quality of 16. Power of 13. Now let's get to earthquakes here the past 24 hours. We're going to start out here with a 4.5 that was reported in Ferndale, California. That's way off the coast, but definite activity in the Juan de Fuca. Bit concerning because we've seen the increased activity through Alaska. Largest today being a 3.9. Japan was a rockin' a little bit. Hokkaido 4.3. And as well, Nazi, Japan reporting a 5.4. And then a 5.7 here in Yigo Village, Guam, 126 kilometer depth. And just below that, 4.7 also reported. And here's the largest last 24 hours reported, a 5.9, Periaman, Indonesia. Quite a few aftershocks through the region. And as well, Carlsberg Ridge, off the coast of Somalia, 4.8 reported there. And that's not the only one. There's been about 3 reported in the past 36 hours. 4.6 and a 4.7, but very active through the Philippines and Indonesia today. Heads up. Deepest earthquake today, 4.2, 568 kilometer depth. And as well, just recently, a 5.8 here being documented in Kermadec Islands. So minor seismicity across North American plate. Most notable is the 4.5 there, but also a bend in Oregon, 3.3 yesterday. So Juan de Fuca is active. As well, Caribbean plate, many earthquakes throughout the region. Way too quiet here through South America. Deepest earthquake through the region, 4.2, 222 kilometer depth, San Antonio de Recobros. African plate quiet, Europe quiet. And that's the last 24 hours for earthquakes, sitting at about 260 in the 24-hour period, according to USGS. Quick browse here at the last 7 days for earthquakes across the globe, as we've seen things increase, especially through the West Pacific and into the Indian plate. Much love to everybody. Welcome to the channel. A lot of new faces around here. I appreciate you hitting that like button and as well subscribing to Daily Events Worldwide, keeping humanity aware and prepared. Heads up, Central and North American plate. Way too quiet for my liking. Now let's get to the Pacific Disaster Center, showing the most recent volcanoes getting updated today. Nevados de Chilean in Colombia. Sabancaya in Peru. Fuego, Guatemala. Swiss Najima, Japan. Docono in Indonesia. Nevados de Ruiz, Colombia. Simeru, Indonesia. And that doesn't surprise me with all the earthquakes in the Indonesian region. Carrying on here with Sangay in Ecuador. So that's about 11 volcanoes getting updated today amongst the 48, possibly 50 volcanoes that are active and erupting across the world. Looking at satellite imagery here, brought to you by Pacific Disaster Center. Around the globe, we do have one tropical storm that is alive and will turn into quite a beast here for Japan. Typhoon Hinamnor is alive and is forecasted here to turn into a Category 5 typhoon as it hits the southern islands of Japan, gets into the South China Sea, picks up a whole bunch of moisture, and then rips across Japan in the forecast here. Long-range forecast. Quick look at the rest of the globe for satellite imagery. Still lots of flooding conditions through India, Pakistan, and as well flash flooding through central parts of Africa. And we have an area of interest here in the middle of the Atlantic, getting ready to head to the Caribbean. We could have a possible hurricane developing, but the forecast models from windy.com are showing it has dissipated and it will head north. Forecast models have been changing over the past 36 hours, so heads up. Let's have a look at the windy models here, showing that low pressure system most likely will turn into a Category 1 hurricane by Sunday, way north of the Caribbean islands. And then it's going to head north. So we'll see what happens here if the forecast changes. But we also have a tropical system here developing on the west coast of Mexico. So a Pacific cyclone will be developing here and heading up into the Gulf of California for Tuesday into Wednesday. Big low pressure or high pressure ridge off the coast of the Pacific there. Quick look at the low pressure system, Hinamnor. As I said, it comes into the southern islands of Japan, grinds, picks up moisture through the South China Sea, and then will head north straight across the Japan island. So heads up, that could be a very disastrous situation for Japan. Possible typhoon category 3 as it hits landfall there. Gonna leave you here looking at the moisture maps from around the world, as we do have things drying out by Thursday, Friday for most of North America. Southern parts of the United States still seeing a lot of moisture coming in off the Gulf, but no major systems or hurricanes affecting anybody except for Mexico with that tropical system. Overlooking the Atlantic, even in the long range, doesn't look like there's too many storms forming. Africa, daily evaporation rains could be heavy and torrential downpours at times. Overlooking Europe, you've got gray days ahead of you. By about Wednesday to Thursday, you've got a pretty big system heading south from Iceland, going to be affecting most of Ireland and the United Kingdom. As this big low comes in, we'll be bringing widespread rain and as well some pretty strong winds with it. Monsoon rains continue through parts of Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, and Pakistan. Looking at the forecast models here, could be quite a bit of moisture heading into Japan. As well, overlooking Australia, by about Thursday, you've got a low pressure system coming in off your coast, west coast. That'll bring widespread showers and then eventually spread eastward towards New South Wales. Could be a lot of rain associated with that low pressure system. I want to thank you all for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video and all of the information shared. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily dew. Bye-bye now. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.